sorry. My eye is super dry. Give me just a second.
Oh, yeah, that's so hot.
Oh, yeah. Get that drop in an eyeball.
Yeah, you squirt those eyes.
You get them wet.
My hair's just not doing what I want to do today.
I don't think it's working for any of us right now.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's having a good hair day. Oh, jeez. Okay, so let me get this out.
Okay.
So yeah, talk vamp. Let's discuss.
I did
things.
vamp. I vamped some eye droppies.
Jordan, how are you doing today, sir?
That's a good question.
Love the mug. Appreciate it.
He's doing muggy.
Jesus, this was a sloth. It kind of was.
That's a sloth tea diffuser that I'm drinking on this because
tea.
my voice is gone.
Yeah, you sound awful.
The only from scale of 1 to orc, I'm pretty much sitting at ogre right now, and I'm not enjoying it.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't. Well, we appreciate you being here.
Hey, no problem. I'm always here for you guys. Come on.
Heart. It's always appreciated. So, the reason Jordan's voice is sore is he and I were at GameOn Expo all weekend. Jordan, want to talk about why you at least were at GameOn Expo? I guess it was why I was there too, but.
Well, you were at GameOn Expo because you work for me sometimes.
Yeah, apparently I now work for Jordan sometimes.
Yes. Okay, so GameOn Expo. So I was selling body parts at GameOn Expo. That's a lie. We're at GameOn Expo because our group, our stream community, our stream team, what have you, Stream Arizona was brought on to work with a group called Game Collab and Alienware Live. The Alienware Live mobile broadcasting station. We were brought on to kind of go everywhere and kind of, we were brought on to be the literal center stage of the truck. We were there to bring our broadcasters, our Stream Arizona broadcasters, which we had quite the list. Probably we had 17 broadcasters actually sit in and stream the entire weekend from start of the day to the end of the day. So yeah, what we did is we kind of took it over. The Stream Arizona people really just kind of went out of their way to make sure the broadcasters were good, Alienware was good. We're working on all sorts of social media. I have never tweeted and Instagrammed so much in my life. It actually went very well.
To an impressive degree. Like it was, you were always on top of that. Like it was crazy how many posts were coming out. It was coming out really nicely.
Yeah, and none of it, the typos were only few and far in between. They weren't that terrible, and it was a great experience. I would say that Stream Arizona, the wonderful people that I work with, we potentially made tons of new friends, tons of new clients, tons of new partners, and we're excited to actually progress and see how that kind of goes through. It's going to be pretty awesome to see where it goes from here because it can literally only go up, and that's the goal. Of course, Stream Arizona is that group that I run that is 100% free to Arizona streamers, broadcasters, fans, devs, kind of everybody. We work to be that networking glue to try to bring streamers out from behind the computer and just have fun.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it, actually. This is the first time we've had you on the show since it became Stream Arizona, since that whole changeover and all that fun, I use that term fun very loosely, fun stuff happened.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. We'll leave it at that.
We're going to leave it at that and not worry another moment about that.
Never, ever. It's nothing to worry about, only to have fun.
I approve, sir.
With our initial questions out of the way, I'd like to say...
Yes, Brad?
Welcome to Constantly Calibrating, everyone. My name is Brad. I'll be your host this evening. With me this week, we have a wonderful usual co-hosts. We have Josh and Justin.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
And we have a special guest tonight who, if you were just joining us, has been here and introduced himself already. But we have the Cutwright back.
Woo!
Yay!
We're all very tired here, so we can't
Just
actually...
wow. Right. Oh my goodness. I swear you're so mean to me. What's up, guys? How's it going? Thank you for having me back again. I appreciate it.
You're always welcome.
Glad to have you.
Wow, we were all just complimenting and saying thank you for coming back all at the same time, so it just came across as gibberish to any of the audio listeners.
Indeed it did. So, you guys got to hang out at GameOn Expo, which you were just going over a little bit there, the pre-show, and what else happened this weekend with that? What would you like to tell us about that?
God, let me start, please. I beg you.
Go right ahead.
There's one tweet. There's one thing. Can you put up tweets, Josh?
Yeah, I should be able
Or
to.
photos. Hold on. This tweet. Sorry about the clickety clack, guys. I do apologize. That's a mechanical keyboard. However, there's one thing. Our biggest win at Game On Expo. Let me find it real quick.
Where are you sending it to me at?
I'm just gonna link it to you in chat real quick.
Okay.
It was Josh Peterdorf, the voice of Roadhog, actually came and did an hour with us in the Alienware truck.
Oh, in that case, if that's what you want to put up, I got an image right here, all ready to go.
Well, I got a link for you right here. I think this link is a little more powerful. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. No, this link it says a million words. Like, I think that this image is super cool because what happened was I found a ton of cosplayers and whatnot that dressed up in Overwatch garb and just kind of walked in. So I quickly hurried and I just gathered them all. Like, come here, guys, come here. Don't answer any questions. Just come here. And they actually got all behind him, as you can see as you're loading that up. They got behind him, and oh my god, they lost it when they realized who it was.
Okay. I got it right here. Let me bring it up. Okay, so anyways, there we go.
You got it up on the center stage?
It'll be up in 1 moment.
Okay.
And that must have been pretty cool for you, because he's one of your more frequently played characters, isn't he?
I have an emote that's devoted to him.
So yeah, that's gotta be cool.
And for Brad and Justin, I linked that in our stream team in Slack, so you could see it as well. But it's on screen right now.
Yeah, it was actually really awesome. I went and I got a signature from him. He signed my vendor badge. He gave me a bunch of freebies. He actually gave me something really cool. I'm going to pull this out real quick just to kind of show it off. And I know it's going to not look great when it looks, but he gave me a free print, and it was this.
Ooh.
And as you can see, he actually signed it with his own signature. It says One Man Apocalypse. It's pretty great with his name on it, Josh Petersdorf.
Yeah, he was an awesome guy. Like, I mean, it was just awesome just to chat with him, and he was just so much fun. And he came by every single day of the event too, because he came to play on Saturday, but then he came back Sunday as well, just because he was wandering around and he was just like, I want to check out what you guys are doing.
Oh,
nice.
We had Symmetra and Sombra stop by too, and that was pretty cool.
Ooh.
Yep.
Pretty much had all three of the Overwatch voice actors who were there just stop by, shoot the shit, chat for a little bit.
Yep.
Couldn't convince them to get up on stage, but hey.
No, their exact words were no, I'm terrible at the game.
Which yeah. I mean, not like yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see a tournament where all of the voice actors play against each other in teams.
Oh my goodness, yes.
I would, seriously though, I really want to just see, because one thing I love about the Overwatch voice actors is they've started their own like marketing campaign thing, their own community of ridiculousness. I just really want to see them just now start doing like crazy shit. So yeah, I want to see more than just them occasionally playing games together, but like full tournaments as their characters, and then maybe like a roulette kind of thing where they randomly choose characters, but you can't there's no duplicates. Like, I just want to see some ridiculous shit out of that.
Tournament where they play, but they can't play as themselves, and they have to try and imitate the voices of the character they're playing.
Well, the problem is that if they ever played their own characters, Symmetra would win every time because Symmetra's broken.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
Wow.
I've not played in Overwatch in over a year now.
Yeah, I'm about to say I can't argue that because I have no idea.
I played like 4 rounds of Lucio Ball last week.
The last time I played was the last time Lucio Ball was in.
There's a new stadium now. You should come play in the new stadium.
I would like to play. It's just now at the point that I've now not played in so long. But back on the GameOn Expo thing, my personal favorite thing is, aside from the fact that I just enjoyed working it, I've never worked an event in that capacity, not as media, but still doing media-esque things and, having a centralized hub and stuff like that. I've never done that. So aside from just how cool that was, my favorite thing was, like, a selfish side, the amount of people who were recognizing me. And, like, complimenting me, like, holy crap, I love your podcast, or holy crap, you have one of my favorite podcasts I listen to. Some couple of people said, you're the only one I really listen to anymore because it fits perfectly in, like, for my drive to work, or... And then 3 different people asked me why my wife doesn't stream anymore.
Well, and I'm sure the other 3 people asked you, does your wife exist?
That
Is she a
come up
made-up figment of your imagination?
Well, these are people who actually, like, one guy quoted something she said during our Dream Daddy stream.
Oh God!
And I was like, that is a little uncomfortable. But he quoted a joke of hers that I only vaguely remember her saying. She kind of remembers saying, and then I had to make sure that he wasn't the guy who made the comments about her ears.
Sorry, Ryan's in chat and he says Charnel is a group hallucination.
Yes, I've talked about her enough now that we all just believe she exists. When does she?
I'm just wondering why you don't do the voice anymore.
What voice? Wait, which voice?
The voice
Yeah, which voice? I need to know.
I mean, obviously, I've talked to her before, so.
Oh yeah. I couldn't even pretend to do my wife's voice. Like I'm pretty sure I'd rip my lungs out trying to do that one.
Explains why Josh just runs around and hugs himself every time I visit.
It does, doesn't it?
So you guys, you got to meet Roadhog, and you got recognized as yourself.
As myself, yeah.
Was there any other big takeaways from GameOn Expo?
I interviewed Mark Meir.
Oh yeah,
voice of male Commander Shepard.
Do we get to post this soon?
I was working on the audio edit right before the podcast, so it should go up tomorrow alongside pictures and stuff like that. Pictures will probably go up tonight. So all the different stuff. I took 125 pictures at the event, and
how many were him?
Actually,
100.
The streamer a Stream Arizona streamer named Pretty Rob is in like 5 different pictures, and he was not the subject matter of 4 of them. So he's just was appearing everywhere.
He's talented at appearing, I guess.
No.
Appearing's a good way to put it. More like places Pretty Rob doesn't belong. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, no, that definitely is an accurate way to put it. So yeah, he was popping up in a lot of different pictures. So I think I have 33 pictures total are going to be in the final edited album. There were a lot of duplicates, a lot of blurred stuff. But the thing I posted on Twitter last night is it's really funny when an event makes you feel welcome, like GameOn Expo, how you take so many more pictures and actually have a desire to post them and put effort into editing, unlike another event held during the summer in the Phoenix Convention Center.
That totally wasn't a passive-aggressive jab at any convention.
No, fuck
no
Phoenix,
way.
on. Oh, see, it wasn't passive-aggressive anymore. I'm pissed off about something again with that, so...
Again?
Joy.
Constantly.
I'm constantly calibrating my feelings about them, and by calibrating, I mean fuck them. Anyways.
Okay, moving on.
Wow, now. I don't ever think I've seen Josh mad before.
I had like the worst day of my entire life today, so I am in a very interesting mood, and I'll talk about that some other time.
Okay.
All right.
So, but otherwise,
how's my camera coming up for you guys? It's looking a little blurry on the stream.
Yeah,
maybe a tad bit.
It looks like there's a thin layer of grease over the camera. It's the best way I could describe it.
Yeah, but I don't think
it's like that. It's like that faint blur. You know what I mean? It's like
that's weird. Hold on, let me check my cameras out here. All right, go ahead and continue.
No. Otherwise, GameOn Expo. I hung out with a bunch of different people. I'm blanking on his name. Jordan, who the guy Nick Arcade?
That was Phil Moore.
Phil Moore. Do you remember Nick Arcade? Brad and Justin, Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah.
No, remember, I'm the kid who grew up without cable.
Fair. Well, it's become meme worthy at this point, but so yeah, Phil Moore was at the event, and for some reason I walked by him like 4 times, talked to him twice, and it wasn't until Jordan, when I bumped into Jordan when he was talking to him, that I paused and I'm like, wait, is that the fucking Nick Arcade guy? I used to love that show, and it just like completely and utterly just threw, because he used to have just like, kind of more of a high top, kind of, taller hair and stuff, and obviously, 20, 30 years ago. So not that if you look at a picture, he actually didn't age that much, but that was like one of my childhood, like, first names I learned of like a talk show host, him and Mark Summers.
Yeah.
I learned their names and nobody else's, so it was just a really cool thing.
Yep. We actually had a moment to talk with him. I can't get into too much detail on it. Hey, Bites and Brew, what's up? It didn't help that he had pictures dressed up like LeVar Burton. Oh my god, right?
He had all those around. Yeah, so we got, absolutely.
No, I think we're I can't get into too much detail on it, but one of my associates and I got to actually speak with him from Stream Arizona, and we're going to be hopefully doing some cool stuff. If that takes place, and that takes shape, I can promise you guys an exclusive on it.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. I like exclusives.
Yes.
No, so yeah, he was a cool guy, and then I just a bunch of different boots. I actually bought Farscape art for like the first time fucking ever. Yeah, mostly because I've never seen Farscape art before that wasn't like a poster or a drawing of one of the characters. It was just this really stylized, let me see if I can pull it up, this really stylized pictures of both the ships Moya and Talon. So I just thought it was really fucking cool and kind of lost my shit. So, and then, Mark Mir is the first time I've ever paid, ever, to take a picture with any celeb kind of person.
Huh.
Mostly because because I had taken the picture after the interview when his handler said, "Okay, that'll be $10." And I was like, "Fuck it, whatever, $10."
You take a picture with your own camera and then they charge you?
So I asked to take a selfie, and then she's like, "No, you have that lovely camera. I do photography, so if you want, I'll use your camera." So that's, I think, why I got charged.
Huh.
It was a minor fucking thing. I don't care enough.
Yeah, I can see that.
See the game they're running.
So yeah, but in any case, it was fine. I got 2 pictures of him. I actually think they're really cool pictures. I can't seem to find the Farscape art, so I'll have to show it at a later time, or pop it into the VOD. I think, was there any other?
Did anybody actually explain what the GameOn Expo is? For people who are not familiar with it.
It has.
No, the GameOn Expo is an event run locally in Arizona that is just a celebration of video games and card games and just gaming in general. They have arcade cabinets and all that stuff, and it's just devoted to that kind of thing. It was a much smaller event. This is I think, Jordan, the 3rd year. Does that sound about right?
This is the much larger. It used to be at the
Did
Mesa
Nightbot just
Convention
time
Center.
you fucking out?
Yes. Anyways, it used to be at Mesa Convention Center, and then it's been at Phoenix Comic Con. This year, it's only gotten bigger. It's just getting huger every year. They're getting better vendors. They're getting better actors. They're getting better everything. So it's actually getting cool. Well, so yeah, fuck you, Nightbot. I don't know who you think you are.
I'm gonna have to. Our Nightbot settings are fucked up. I need to go in and change that.
And of course the presidents that run this are Wayne and Garth, right?
Party on.
Party on.
I had to get that in there.
No, I approve. No, it was a cool event. The one thing I'm going to say about it is they moved to a bigger place. They were at the Mesa Convention Center previous years. They're now at Phoenix Convention Center. And while I would assume there were more people, because it did feel like there were more people, because of how large of a venue, it felt like less people almost to me.
It felt like, I think my biggest complaint is that the vendor hall closed really early on Saturday.
Yeah, surprisingly
Closed
early.
at
I felt like
7.
Yeah, well, it closed at, which is not that uncommon for an event, but it for an event that had almost no other real panels. It was all about the vendor hall. That's the reason it's a problem. A Phoenix Comic Con thing, it's like there are panels going till 10 o'clock. There are after party stuff. GameOn Expo just stopped pretty much at 7. I think there may have been one more panel set happening at 7, and then that was it. It was like, whoa, that's weird. I feel like should have gone till 9. Would have been what I would have expected.
That's a fair time. Like, even if you don't have panels and stuff going on, at least keep your other stuff open.
And I think the weirdest part, though, is that Friday, here we go, Friday, 9 o'clock, Saturday, 7 o'clock, and then Sunday, 5 o'clock. It's like they said, okay, prime numbers, go. Like,
shit.
We're going to make sure.
It stayed open that late on Friday. I wasn't there Friday, so I have no idea.
Oh, that's weird. My camera
weird.
keeps flickering. That's odd. I got to restart my computer before I go live myself.
Yes, that would be good. See, we're your little tester.
Yes, you are.
All right, here I'm messing with Nightbot a little bit, so I think that's about it. I got to say on GameOn Expo. I'm excited to go next year. Hopefully, I don't get in a misunderstanding with the co-founder of it again and get our booth canceled last minute. However, it did work out for the best because I had one of my best convention experiences working with this lovely gentleman and the rest of Stream Arizona. So I can't really fucking complain because I can't imagine sitting at a booth what I actually would have done other than put a sign up saying, "Come find me at the Alienware booth."
I think my takeaway is that it was amazing to see so many of not only my Stream Arizona broadcasters and streamers, but just everybody wanting to come up and be a nerd, play video games, and just figure out what was going on, and how everybody just wanted to be included. I felt that it was an amazing amazing experience for just everybody who likes gaming, retro nerd gameplay, art, cosplay, voice actors, and everything. And at the end of the day, I felt like it was worthwhile just to be part of something much bigger than myself, much bigger than even my own community, and just feel like I belong to something. Because every vendor, every partner, every new friend that we made was so opening, welcome, and wanted to just kind of get to know us. And I've never had that at a convention before, and I can only hope it gets better.
Like, that was seriously the best part. Like, it's the same thing I said about RTX this year. RTX was like the first convention I can really remember where I truly felt wanted and welcomed and stuff. And GameOn Expo just felt like that second wave of that, essentially. Because exactly. I know you from Stream Arizona. I know Sam a little bit. But I've really I know him as well. But I don't really know like anyone else. But I had AJ 24. God, what's AJ's? I've just spaced 24K
Brown Magic.
I had him come up and just say, "Hey, Josh," and give me a big hug. I don't think I've ever fucking spoken to AJ in person, like except for maybe like in passing after the panel you did at Phoenix Comic Con. Pretty Rob here, I went to lunch with a couple times. The guys from Bites and Brew. So I'm just like, after the whole event was over, I'm just like, I feel really loved and welcome, and I have a lot of people to bring on the podcast now, and a lot of people to start promoting because there's some really fucking awesome people.
I don't know. It sounds like they're going to take up all of my possible guest time. I don't know if I'm okay with this.
Hold on, my dog's puking. Be right back.
Nice!
That's Josh, everybody.
There you go.
All right, so it sounds like it was a pretty successful weekend overall, and I'm excited for you guys out there that you do have another solid convention that's not the one that seems to be going down in flames. So looking forward to more of these in the future.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm spacing a little bit. But
we all are.
We did ask a question this morning, and it was all over various social media forums. And basically, it's with StarCraft Remastered and Sonic Mania coming out tomorrow. Although StarCraft Remastered launched early today, and you can play it right now. What kind of games from, say, your childhood are in need of a remaster or a new release altogether? And I think that's a good question. It seems to come up maybe once or twice a year, but it's always fun to talk about for us. And it occurred to me because those two games mentioned are my childhood, at least for the 90s. I grew up on Nintendo and then moved to Genesis for a while before moving to N64. So Sonic was my game for 5 to 6 years. And then I moved to my first real computer games. I had SimCity, but then StarCraft hit. And so those two coming out at the same time just kind of hit me in the face and made me pose this question. So, guys, go for it. What's on your list? What would you like to see done?
God, I actually have no clue when you just straight asked about this because most things are being redone already.
We have seen a lot of it, yeah.
I would say that I would like to see, and this is going to come off really weird because I know they made a couple sequels after it, but they always just felt like pissed down and watered on. Conker's Bad Fur Day. I don't know if you guys remember that game. I should not have played it when I was a kid, but I got to. It was one of my favorite games. But that vulgar, awful little squirrel, I really, 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 really wish that there was an actual redux, redone, remaster of that game, and its vulgar, terrible glory. Other games that kind of just shoot out at me immediately. I would love to see another Luigi's Mansion. I know that's GameCube. That's still kind of relevant, but at the same time, still far enough back. I'd love to see some remakes of, Banjo and Kazooie again. Kind of taken. I know they did Lele. What was that? That was
Ukulele.
Ukulele, which that's the spiritual successor, but why not go back to the original? I mean, there's just so much they could do. While it's nice to see Sonic, it's funny that Sonic Mania came out because I was watching a Donkey video today, and I know he's sometimes a very fun person to watch, but the most arcade cabinet time I ever got on the old Sonic Adventure games was at my old dentist's office, where they had a Sonic Adventure 2. They had like a little arcade, and Sonic Adventure 2 was my favorite. Not Sonic Adventure 2, but Sonic and Tails was my favorite thing to play on because I wore braces for 10 years. So, in between getting tormented and whatnot, I get to play, Sonic. And I think that would be amazing if, more games that just harken back to not always just moments of pain could be remade, remastered, and kind of gone with.
Cool.
What's cool?
We jumped into our nostalgic games topic.
Okay.
So, Jordan here was just giving us some of his picks there. Justin doesn't really know of anything, apparently.
Well, because the games are plays like Mega Man, Castlevania, which kind of we haven't got a good spiritual successor to that.
I don't know. Bloodstain looks like it's kind of taken its own path a little more than it is being a spiritual successor.
Yeah. Some weird thing happened to my shirt. I don't know what's happening right there, but I'll figure that part out later. Anyways, I don't know, something like from the PlayStation era, though, which, God, I kind of wish they continued series again. It's the Legacy of Kain series I really enjoyed.
Ooh.
Okay.
See, that's what I assumed you would go for immediately.
Baldur's Gate.
But that kind of has... Dragon Age is kind of the spiritual successor of Baldur's Gate.
But they did do the HD remaster for Baldur's.
True. Yeah, Baldur's did get the HD remaster. An expansion, not expansion, but a continuation of that could be interesting. Bites and Brews pointing out the Final Fantasy VII, if/when.
Stop. Just stop. Well, I'm gonna cry on stream.
Nah, so something pointed out by John, former host of Issue Zero alongside Brad and I, was, well, since Toe Jam and Earl is happening, Toe Jam and Earl is happening, so that is an example.
Bubsy's happening.
Let's not speak of that.
What's happening?
Bubsy. But he was saying, how about a new Mario RPG? And just to clarify, he means a Super Mario RPG. This would have been my pick. I would love to see, now that Square and Nintendo seem to be friends again, I would love to see Super Mario RPG get maybe touched up in a re-release more than just the 97 different versions I've bought across every fucking console generation since the Super Nintendo. But I would love to see a continuation of that. The Paper Mario series is great. Went downhill pretty heavily after 1,000 Year Door, but it was still a pretty good series. The Mario and Luigi stuff for the DS and 3DS have been pretty stellar. I haven't played since Bowser's Inside Story, but they were pretty stellar games. But Super Mario RPG was something very unique. It was, obviously a very Final Fantasy of that generation game. It had a very fucking weird, having nothing to really logically do with Super Mario's story, and it gave us at least one really amazing character that everyone loves, and another character that only I seem to give a shit about.
And who would that be?
Mallow.
God.
Mallow is the one I like, and Gino is the one that everyone else obviously loves.
Makes me sad.
Well, as I've talked about it on streams before, I've only written 2 pieces of I guess what you call fan fiction in my life, and one was Star Wars and one was Super Mario RPG.
Sorry.
Josh really can't get enough of that Tadpole boy.
that Tadpole boy, yo.
I think another really good one, and I don't know if any of you guys would agree, but another remake of kind of the original Legend of Dragoon.
Okay.
I played that a lot.
I agree that needs to be remade, because I remember when that came out and it looked like shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think
but
there's
it's also
so much they could fix.
One of RPGs that really gave you that feeling of being Power Rangers-esque as far as that goes, because everybody has their transformation stuff like that. I really enjoyed it too, but saying that too, Lexi Legaia was Legaia, whatever. Interesting RPG as well. There's kind of had fighting mechanics in it.
True, I can see that.
Wow, that is a long link there, Josh.
I accidentally clicked. I right clicked on Google. I wasn't paying attention.
Wow,
I make mistakes all day. It works.
It works.
It worked. It leads you to the correct place. It's just But I was trying to think about something else. Somebody pointed out here. Richard Trevino pointed out to us on Twitter that as a kid he was a fan of the cartoon variety games like Rugrats or Reptar on the PS1, Tiny Toons Acme All Stars. It made me think about how much I loved the old Tiny Toon game. I think it was on the original. I think it was on NES. But there was an era where there were consistently good and even great, just cartoon games churning out all the fucking time on the NES, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis.
Yeah, we just got the Disney collection come out too long ago.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, does it have Aladdin in it?
Yes?
No,
Aladdin.
I think it's only Nintendo ones.
I don't know. I just remember Aladdin was a really good platformer.
The Disney Afternoon Collection, I'm looking it up right now.
Make me another Goonies game. Bring it in.
Looks like you get some of the old Chip and Dale games and Fat Cat, Darkwing Duck. Chip and Dale's used to have some amazing fucking games.
The original Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers on NES, that game was amazing.
Yeah.
It probably doesn't hold up, but I remember it being so fun.
Was that
hard?
Was that the only one in this room that enjoyed Golden Sun?
No,
I never played it, but I know a lot of people who have.
I sadly never had the Game Boy Advance.
It was
actually,
very
I guess I didn't
good.
either.
I feel like they really should have done a 3D iteration of it, and it just never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as Bites and Brews is pointing out, Medieval, Bushido Blade were all super fun too. Devs could spend so much time just remaking classics.
Yep.
Followed by pointing out, Aladdin, Lion King were super fun. Now that's the thing is we've joked around because we've done a bunch of topics on remakes, reboots, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. There really just needs to be a company just devoted to remaking 8-bit and 16-bit and maybe even through like PlayStation era games. They're just devoted
to looking at you.
Yeah, but I mean, like a company's just devoted to remaking and maybe tweaking those kind of games. Like, just it's their job. Like, they just go get the licenses, do that stuff, and because there's a market for it, especially with how desperate we all are for nostalgia to remember a bygone era where we weren't terrified all the fucking time.
It's kind of like what Blue Point does now with all like the PlayStation stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. So I'm trying to think. That I had another one.
Earthworm Jim.
I think I didn't they do an HD kind of like a redux of it, and it just didn't seem like the jokes held up.
That's the thing is I think Earthworm Jim is one of those games that's very much a product of its era, and that's the thing. There's a lot of '90s games like I was thinking like what popped in my head was Comic Zone or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah,
that game would not be fun for anyone anymore, but of its era, it wasn't really great then either. But it was a game.
You know what's getting a re-release that probably doesn't need one?
What?
Night Trap.
Oh,
Night Trap 100% deserves a re-release just because it is released. No, because it is reached such meme status that there are people who know Night Trap as a joke, but they don't actually even realize it was a thing.
That's like saying that Battletoads needs a 3D remake. Like, just stop.
It got one. It got one. It was Shovel Knight on the Xbox One.
Oh, stop.
No, seriously, the Battletoads levels in that game were as good as fucking Battletoads.
I can't.
It was wonderful.
Just that phrase, as good as Battletoads.
As good as, okay, that's a loose term, yeah.
Bring back Battletoads Double Dragons. That was good stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
That was good. Double Dragon!
Well, I would say
Bring that back.
I did Double Dragon 4, but it sucked.
Are you kidding me? There's been fan games of Double Dragon that are better than Double Dragon even attempted to be.
I would agree with that, but but beat 'em ups are like we're finally getting point and click adventure games coming back. At least through different things. We have the Telltale formula. We have visual novel stuff like Dream Daddy. We have
VR.
We have different stuff like that. But even VR is going to point and click adventure kind of stuff a little bit. But where's
back a solid Final Fight?
I was gonna say, where's Final Fight? Where's the classic beat 'em up style games?
Right.
Like I want to see more of those, whether it's a Final Fight or that really shitty Power Rangers game that had nothing to do with the Power Rangers. I think it was for Sega Genesis. That I think it was one of the only like 4 games I ever beat in my childhood.
I'll just say Super Nintendo ones actually were decent.
Yep. Was it the Super Nintendo? I can't remember if it was Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis. All I know is back in the days when I used to visit my dad and he would let me rent like 6 games every weekend.
I think, and I don't mean to hijack the topic, but what about, we're talking about nostalgic games, but we're talking about games we think need a remake. What about games that have been remade and it's like, you just think, why?
Bubsy.
Stop it. Get past it. Like, for example, are we on like our 15th iteration of the standard Pokemon like the same Pokemon formula, and yet everybody has been crying since day one. Let's get the first 3 games all in the same game or an MMO or something ridiculous, but yet we're still following the same formula.
They're not going to change the formula because it works.
True.
That's the thing is this is just a case of buyer's demand kind of thing. People are still buying it. People are still doing that. So they're going to keep doing it. Simple as that. So, but I agree with you. The formula's a change. Hope maybe the Nintendo Switch version will do something fun with the formula.
I mean, the Switch. What do they have so far? ARMS and Breath of the Wild and Splatoon 2.
They have a lot of Neo Geo classics on there.
But there's a good.
Before the actual virtual console.
There's a good deal of stuff that should be in a virtual console that's not in the virtual console. Let's see. Well, Bites and Brews really would we count Duke Nukem as a recent reboot at this point?
No, because unfortunately, Duke Nukem got beat down the moment it came out because it was stuck in development hell for too long, and then the jokes, it was just too far gone.
Yeah, it didn't seem his little Bulletstorm appearance didn't really help him at all.
No.
Ogre Battle 64, that was such a good game.
Oh my god, please.
God.
Okay, fine.
Okay, I gotta agree with Siphon Filter. Actually, we just need a stealth game in general. There hasn't really been one since Metal Gear Solid 5.
Well, what would you refer to?
Even then, that
what
was different.
What was that rude ass goblin one? Shit, what's that one called?
Sticks.
Oh, Sticks?
Sticks, yeah. I mean, 6 is kind of a stealth in a way.
I missed. The first game definitely was, and I love the first game. I missed picking up Shards of Darkness on sale because I misread the time it ended. And it was a good price, but because I love Master Shadow, and that was a good stealth game.
Dishonored, Sticks, Deus Ex, plenty of stealth. Yeah, no, I would agree with you, Phoenix K.
I'm trying to talk about, because we remember days we had like Metal Gear and Sam Fisher, Solid Snake and Sam Fisher like going at it, and then there's like a stealth game for everything.
Well, what I think is that it'd be it's too easy to play those games. I think Dishonored, out of all of those, and I if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Please call me out. But Dishonored, out of all those, yes, Dishonored was a stealth game. But however, you could also God rampage through the entire game and do whatever the hell you wanted and play it like Call of Duty. But the game significantly got harder. The story got even more brutal for the protagonist. Everything got worse the more of a dick you chose to be, and not too many games actually takes that on.
I think that was definitely a good, nice way of doing it, but I do see what Justin's getting at, just for like the classic style of stealth, at least.
Right.
I don't know. We have a lot. That's actually more what it is. I think it's less about the games I want to see, and it comes down to, it's more about the genres I want to see coming back. It's more about those styles that we grew up with. Whether it's the cartoon games, that specific style of stealth game. But then again, some of these things, the reason they haven't come back is because, they didn't sell well, and the genre died, and the market wasn't there. So, makes sense. I don't know. Is there any other ones we want to bring up, or any other thing related to the topic?
Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball. That one needs a remake, I'm thinking. More jiggle mechanics.
Actually, a third one, I think.
There was a third one, yes.
There was, yeah. There
more
were
hashtag more jiggle mechanics.
More jigs.
Was it Turlo was saying he's gonna go there, redo GoldenEye. They kind of, with GoldenEye Source thing, what was it? I mean, they kind of sort of did it, but that's a legality thing that we're never gonna see a true thing.
Yeah.
That's never gonna happen.
I don't know if we'll ever see another Bond game at this point.
I don't know if we'll ever see a Perfect Dark again.
No, all of those are done.
There you go.
Perfect
That's
Dark
what
was
needs
so
to be redone.
good.
I only have played Perfect Dark Zero.
That was the only time I ever...
Zero was not as good.
Perfect Dark, the first one, I remember setting up a table to set it above where the split screen was for the multiplayer, because it was horizontal, so it was right on top of each other, just so I could sit under it and my brother could sit on top of it, just so we couldn't screen peek. That was my first competitive shooter, and I whooped his ass every time.
That is wonderful.
Oh, dude, I used to get I don't remember what it was called. It was the rail gun.
Oh.
And I would go up into the vents, and I would just sit there and shoot my cousins over and over again. And they were like, "Stop cheating!" I'm like, "I'm not cheating. It's a game mechanic. You just have to find me."
I just always played. The only time I ever got to play GoldenEye multiplayer was with my cousins. One who hated gaming, one who was way better at me than gaming, and one who was too young to understand even how to hold a controller. So it just like any matches we ever did in GoldenEye just were just the dumbest bullshit ever. Usually ending with us seeing how many mines or whatever we could stack before the game started breaking. Turns out a fucking lot. Especially if you used, what was it? I can't remember, was it Game Genie or Game Gear for the N64? Whichever one it was on it.
Game Genie.
It was Game Genie. I think, yeah, it was one of the last systems to have that.
I think that's when Action Replay started.
I never messed with...
No, that was Action Replay, wasn't it?
Yeah, Action Replay was Code Shark, I believe.
Yeah. It was Game Genie, the Code Shark, and then the Action Replay.
Man, you ever, piggyback Game Genies? It actually worked.
What did it do?
It gave you 3 more codes.
Really?
Yep. Yeah. I really wanted there to be a Game Genie code for the Game Genie if you wanted to stack them. Like a Game Genie code that unlocks more ability to use more codes, which I guess, yeah, technically it did. Let's move on.
All right. So, I just threw this kind of on here for the fun of it because we're all been playing and or talking about it. Fortnite. We haven't played it together yet.
Yeah, no one here's played it together, but I have been every single night I log in and being like, shit, let me get my daily stuff, let me get my daily loot, and then I accidentally play 2 missions.
I gotta say, and this is gonna sound weird and honest, but I'm already recognizing a slow decline.
Yeah.
It's there. I don't feel like there's content. There's loot.
Yeah, and I think and I'm sure with the right DLC or the right changes, the right something, but the game is fun. It's a great party looter shooter, but at the end of the day, it's the same fucking fort every time.
There's a definitely problematic aspect of that. I mean, I've only been playing solo and noticing that that's just kind of the case. It's just the same shit over and over and again. But I'm also a person who loves tedium, and I will play mindless, mind-numbing games like that for an absurd amount of time. But at the same time, there needs to be more, and there needs to be more reason for you to even have your forts.
Yep.
And to do shit with them, because you can cheese the hell out of that game so easily with them.
At least in the early game, there's almost no need for forts.
Yeah.
Oh god, no.
It's just it's a defense shooter at that point.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. What I would like to see is a different mode that lets you, I don't want to say infinitely build, but something that lets you do more of the building mechanic. The building mechanic is kind of cool. It needs a little more added to it, and it definitely needs a better tutorial, but it seems kind of pointless and watered down from what the original concept was. I want to see random stop signs and stuff sticking out of my fort because that's what I have.
Yeah.
I feel like, well, I mean, I said it before. The reason I wasn't going to buy in on the game originally was because we heard nothing about it for pretty much 4 years, and then suddenly about 5 months ago it started popping up, and then we had a release date pop up, 6 weeks out? Kind of situation, and I was like, well, I don't believe this could possibly be good, and I think the game's enjoyable. I think it's fun. Mm-hmm. Things are kind of generic, but this was a game that was originally marketed as a 7 Days to Die game style. At least that's how I interpreted it.
Yeah, give me. I would like a survival mode and maybe a endless mode where you just defend the storm shield for as long as you can.
Yeah,
and get ranked in groups or solo or however. Yeah. But almost a Minecraft-esque survival mode.
Right. I don't know. I saw a new game, and I know it's not new. I know it's been out for a little bit, and there's 2 survival-esque or 2 interesting concept first-person games that are coming out. Miscreated and Escape from Tarkov.
I have not seen those.
Their Miscreative is a very Daisy-esque survival, and the map boasts to be 64 kilometers in size. And Escape from Tarkov is a looter shooter where you get plunged into an environment, you loot, you survive NPC and other players just to make it out with the loot and then go back and rinse repeat into different settings. And I don't know. It seems like the world is slowly just everything's got to be a survival. Everything's got to be this. And while Fortnite is a very pleasant step backwards from kind of this survive the night, survive other players, survive the environment, I think that's incredibly interesting. It's got a lot of charisma and charm, but like you said, there's just no content. There's no boss fights. There's no at least from what I've seen, it's horde based. It's horde survival. And why?
Have you gotten to the second Storm Shield yet?
You mean Plankerton?
Yes,
I'm in Plankerton, and it's fun. It's getting harder, but
yeah, I'm still on the first one, and I haven't seen any bosses. Bosses would be good, and I don't know. I kind of lost my train of thought here with it. It's just I feel like the best thing they have going for them, other than the general gameplay, which the gameplay is good. If the gameplay was not good, I would probably have asked for a refund.
Right.
Because there's just not enough there. But the gameplay works. It's solid. The story is actually entertaining to me. I know it's a little silly at times, and it gets a little tedious with filler missions, but it's good. Little robot's kind of fun to hang out with. I don't remember her name. I've already forgotten it. But
so it's memorable. Okay.
Everything but I think my favorite part is I recognize the voice actor. The voice actor for Steve Universe's father plays one of the research scientists, one of the male research scientists, and you can hear his voice. That's pretty cool when I heard that. But then I think to myself, but what was his name? But what was any of their names? It's like,
I think along with that, I would have appreciated there being less hero characters so that they could develop personalities too.
Yeah, it's kind of like oversaturated with them too. Like, God, I got two ninjas who are completely different, but kind of the same at the same time.
They're exactly the same. They have like one different ability, and I think that they get the same abilities later on if you keep leveling them up. I haven't figured out what a 5-star anything does. I don't know if that's just a 5-star or if it goes up to the next quality.
No, but I think that's a good point to criticize about the game, and not in a negative way, but I think there's too much of that push to fill a collection book, get achievements. Mm-hmm. They push that almost like pseudo mock achievement system a little too hard in the way of collect everything, collect everywhere. But they forgot
that part is super overwhelming.
Yeah, and then they just don't. I mean, it's great once you get to level 32, though. It's so hard to do, and because I'm level 32 in my collection book, I just started filling it. I didn't care. But then once you get to that point, it feels like but what could we have done character or story-wise, or why did they do this, and why is it so important? Because other than, the loot and kind of that, I don't know. It feels like it was just a cheap gimmick to keep people playing.
It's busy work.
Yeah.
Like, it's straight up busy work. Because not only do you collect it, you level it within your collection, and that was unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. You're already hurting for experience as is. I mean, once you get to a certain point, I'm trying to be conservative about spending my experience, but I can already see there's going to be a drought of experience. It's very obvious that it's coming.
Yep.
But I want to play with people.
That is true. The only real way to play that game is with people.
Like, I've played with, like, randoms, but I want to play, like, for 2 or 3 hours with the crew and just see what we can do.
Yep.
I don't know. I want more out of it. I want to love this game. I want it to be good. It has so much potential, and yet I don't know if it's going to ever reach it. So, maybe we can set something up in the coming weeks and get at least the 4 of us on board to do something, even though you vastly outlevel us.
You mean the 3 of us in Josh's chair?
Yeah, the 3 of us in Josh's chair and microphone and oversized.
Oh, wait, there he is!
Hey!
What's going on?
Yay!
Yay! He's back.
What's up?
We were constructive criticism on Fortnite and kind of came to the conclusion that we just want to play as a group at least once.
Yeah, no. I need to do a group stream at least once.
Before
or group let's play or group
the same way.
Before the eventual death.
Destiny's going to go the same way.
No, Destiny is not going to go the same way. Dude, You know what? We're gonna sidetrack and we're gonna talk Destiny for a second now.
Okay.
You should have done that.
Oh boy.
What have I done?
So Edge Magazine has already played the game. It is over 50 hours of campaign and 80 missions.
Thank God.
I don't have that.
Thank God, because
I don't have that kind of time.
Yet.
that, and I don't know how meaty those are, because you could say Mass Effect, how long that was, but most of their missions are just crap you do in multiplayer anyways.
They're not just saying that the content's there. They're saying the content's good. The story is cohesive. It makes sense. It ties together well. They
like
had
a nice rug.
They had more content than they had progression for a while. They had a problem like that they had to fix. When's the last time you heard of a problem like that in a game? They didn't know how to progress the story anymore, or progress the character advancement anymore, because they ran out, and there was still more story to play. That's so exciting for me, coming from a game that takes, 4 hours to beat the first one?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm so hyped for this game, and I'm trying to just ignore it until it comes out. I know we're literally weeks away at this point.
I've done a good job of not watching any videos, any beta, nothing. I don't want to look at it. I want to just experience it for myself.
Then you are in for a treat, sir.
That's the idea.
You're in for a wonderful treat. I'm only gonna play the PC beta because I want to see how my rig handles it.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I'm 100% bought in on PS4. It's paid for. It's done. I'm ready for it, and I really, really hope that it can be my second main game, and a lot of people that I like to play games with will play with me. I hope. I don't like being the guy that forces the games on people, because I became the WoW guy for so long. I don't want to be the Destiny 2 guy. I just want to play fun games that I like with people that I like to play with.
I mean, Destiny, as we had at our last family meeting, it might be a game that spawns another podcast. So, in part, at least, like, it'll be, well, not directly about it, but it might be the topic of a new thing we're launching.
A single show, yes.
Of like a specific single show for a test pilot. So I may have to buy in just based on that alone.
I just realized I won't be trying to PC beta because we will be going to PAX.
Is that happening during PAX?
Yeah, it starts on August 28th, right?
Yep.
Then that means... Oh, no, that's okay. August 28th is fine. August 28th is the day we come back from GameStop Expo. So it'll be the whole time you're in town.
But I can't try it on my PC. That's the
Sure
problem.
you can. Extra
Hey,
luggage.
if it works on my PC, it'll work on anything.
Actually, real talk. You said you're coming to town on 25th, right, Justin?
Yeah.
26th, Rick and Morty truck.
Yeah, except the problem is we drive up to Vegas that day. So what time is Rick and Morty truck around here?
6 p.m.
Yeah, we were gonna leave at like 10 a.m.
You're missing out.
Womp.
Well, I don't know if we could delay till like 7 or 8 p.m. because that is really fucking late to drive to Vegas.
Nah, no such thing.
Here's the thing. Take the truck and go to Vegas with the truck.
Ah, yes, commandeer
It's
it.
a truck.
Well, the problem is we're going to be driving my wife's car up there, and I've decided not to get her windshield replaced because I end up getting a crack in a windshield every single time I drive to Vegas or drive back from Vegas. It's got decent sight lines. It's like it's fine to see through. I'm just worried of driving it at night.
Fair.
And glare hitting. So, no, we might have to miss out. But
So what I'm hearing is we're going to see a tweet with Justin and Josh on the side of the road and the windshield's completely shattered.
With the luck we've been having with our cars lately, yes.
There's a very high probability of that happening. I'm flipping a coin on whether I'll get it fixed. I'm looking into if the place I go to has a warranty or not. I believe they do. If they have a warranty, then I will be getting it fixed.
Right. So,
what else?
well,
there's
the next thing on my docket is we have Gamescom next week in Cologne, Germany.
Why do I always forget that comes up at the end of August?
Because it's been around forever, but it hasn't been a mainstream thing for us in the United States picking up on news and stuff for it until recently, like the last 4 or 5 years.
That seems about right, yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's big. And it's bigger than E3. So I don't know what to expect this year. Really, no clue. It's at such a weird time of the year that I'm not expecting any crazy new announcements, but I'm sure there will be something.
I don't think we'll see any like huge new announcements. Wow, that wasn't words.
Announcements.
But more details on the games that we're interested in but don't know enough about. Like Crackdown, I'm honestly worried about, and I kind of need to see some more about that.
I would like to see some campaign play, just like the first boss or whatever.
Not even that, like, is destruction still there? Like, it's supposed to be, like they've been touting for so long.
Have they shown any actual gameplay off since
long
E3?
Time ago,
but
not
like,
since E3.
Since new stuff.
Just Terry Crews, and that's it.
Well, rip.
I don't know. I got nothing to say on Gamescom. I've made no predictions, mental or otherwise. All of our press stuff that we're getting for it is stuff that also says, and come see us also at PAX West. So, except for like
probably similar announcements,
except for like a handful of things. I think there's gonna be a few bigger things, like but I have no expectations for it right now, I guess you could say.
I know Blizzard's going to be there. I don't know what they could announce at this point.
Yeah, I have no idea. And on Bites and Brew, yes, I agree. The Crackdown has to be awesome. It needs to be. I beg of you.
Yeah, let me think. The Blizzard list. Overwatch just announced a hero. They could start teasing another one or maybe a new mode, but there's not much there.
Well, they're coming out with Battle, the wow Team Deathmatch variant.
Okay, yeah, that they could show that off. So Hearthstone they just released last week. There's nothing new that's coming there. Here's the Storm. It'll just be more characters, more maps. StarCraft 2, nothing major. StarCraft Remastered just released today. Diablo 3, maybe a content patch, and
let's say like confirmed Diablo 2 Remastered.
I think actually Warcraft 3 will be before that because they just put up a public test realm for Warcraft 3. It's never existed before. So there is some rumblings that it's because the last patch they did for War 3 was such a mess that they needed it. But that speaks more to a full retail remaster to me. It just, you can do internal testing better than that. You're fucking Blizzard. Come on. And then there's WoW, which we're at the end of
Legion.
A major. Yeah, we're at the end of Legion. There's no reason that they should go beyond what they're doing. So we should be seeing expansion news soon, probably in the next 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
If not next week. Cologne, Germany, Gamescom. I'm not going. Probably ever.
My goal is to go to that event in about 2 to 3 years. It's actually easier to get into than E3. It's just you have to, be able to afford to go to Germany. So, yeah. One day I'll go to it. It's on the list. At least I'll probably be working. I don't know. I'd have to be working probably for a company going. So, Constantly Calibrating. Let's get some sponsors.
Well,
you hung out with Alienware all weekend. When are we getting those Alienware laptops?
Listen. As soon as I get new Alienware laptops, okay, I promise, I got you. No, that's listen, let there be no. Hold on, no, but seriously, for the record, let there be no misunderstanding. Alienware is not in any way, shape, or form sponsoring Stream Arizona. They merely just want to partner with us with a cool event.
Exactly, but that being said, we did get to hang out in a van that had those cool $16,000+ computers. What, 3 of them? I think 2 or 3.
Not 16,000, but
that's what listed on every website.
Yeah, the computers are fantastic though.
Yeah, they were also just the most ridiculous shaped things, but it's Alienware, so of course they have to have things that look weird as fucking hell and impractical. And I mean that as a compliment, which I don't often compliment Alienware. So
No, I haven't said anything good about them since before they sold out to Big Bang Theory.
What?
Moving on.
They have the Alienware laptops on Big Bang Theory.
Gotcha. I lost interest.
I don't watch it anymore.
I have no ill will at this point in my life, but younger Josh still has ill will from the time he bought a Alienware PC that caught on fire and set my carpet on fire, and I had video proof of it happening, and even got like proof that it had nothing to do with anything that happened, and the company threatened to sue me for slander.
Wow.
So yeah. Anyways, yes, I would love some lanyards, bites and brew, but I don't think it's going to get us to Germany. Brad, let's do the
Cutwright
wrap
definitely
up.
wants lanyards, though. Rob, Tony, look at me.
I kind of want lanyards. I used to collect lanyards when I worked retail.
I still technically collect them.
I have a lanyard fetish.
I wore them until they were sweaty and gross and had to throw them away.
Yeah, you did.
So did you. Shut up.
All right. Let's get going. We've been going on for an hour, and Cutwright's got to get to his stream now.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So we thank you all for joining us, be it the live or recorded form of the podcast. We're here every Monday evening at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. If you would like to catch up with us, you can do so via YouTube or VOD on Twitch, twitch.tv/Constantly Calibrating. Again, youtube.com/ConCalPod. We are on Twitter and Facebook. Twitter is at ConCalPod. Facebook is just look up Constantly Calibrating on Facebook. It's simple. Other than that, Jordan.
Before Jordan, iTunes, people. ConstantCalibrating.com/CC iTunes. Give us some reviews. Please. Love
Just
you.
want some iTunes reviews.
I would appreciate some. It would be absolutely awesome. And Tilbo, thank you. I love our logo as well. We have shirts, by the way, if anyone's interested.
I was wearing
I was carrying them around all week.
I hate Jordan. That we had this logo for 2 years and just started using the fucking thing.
Yeah, well, I'm a piece of shit, we know. But Jordan did wear a Constant Calibrating shirt on Sunday, and I promised to wear a Cutwright shirt, and I still can't find it. I might have to buy a new one because I
buy the new one. Buy the new one. I want to see how it looks.
I will. Okay, I make no promises. Charnel's mad enough at me about the amount of money I've been spending on what she calls frivolous and pointless things. I'm sorry. What's frivolous and pointless about these Farscape prints?
That you own them. That's what's frivolous.
Fuck you.
And pointless.
Fuck you. Okay, so yeah, Jordan, tell the
Yes.
people who may not know where they can find you in all your glory.
My glory. My name is Cutwright. I am a Twitch streamer, Twitch broadcaster / general badass half the time. You can find me on Twitter at @_Cutwright, Instagram the Cutwright, or on Twitch, twitch.tv/Cutwright. There I stream, I hang out, I enjoy people. I'm also working with a community in which I am one of the many community manager owners, peoples, called Stream Arizona, where we are just a network community for Arizona streamers to get together and build something cool together, where it's always free, always awesome, and we're always doing cool events. Thank you, Constantly Calibrating, for having me. I enjoy these podcasts. Thank you for letting me be your guest, and one of these days you'll bring me on as an official member. One of these days.
We're talking after we're talking after TwitchCon at the latest. So that is our final point of we have to have the conversation.
Speaking of which,
Are you sure that's been official for you?
Brad and Justin, are you guys going to TwitchCon?
I am not.
No, it's. I think I am the only Constant Calibrating person going to it. So
I'm the only Cutwright.
Yeah, I
so
already
I
took
get
out
it.
too much vacation and went to too many things.
yeah, I mean Justin's literally coming to essentially live with us for about a week. You know,
I'll see you on the 25th. That's my birthday.
Oh yeah.
we will. Yeah,
Oh,
Well,
sound good.
birthday present.
if you're doing something that day, we'll figure. We'll figure something out. Otherwise, we'll figure something out. But I think that's about. That's about it, Brad. I think that's about it.
Yes.
So go ahead.
Yeah, Jordan, thank you again for coming.
One thing, we're 3 followers away from 300. Just putting it out there.
Somebody go make 3 accounts.
I'm gonna come up with a giveaway when we hit 300. I haven't come up with what it is yet, but if we hit 300, we'll give away something. I still gotta buy that guy who won our Battlefront 2 contest.
I know what you should give away because I'm looking at this right now. You should give this away. I put it in the chat.
If I pull up the chat, it's going to fuck up. Fuck it. I don't care.
Everything.
Have someone else look it up.
Amazon.
I pulled it.
Click it.
An Overwatch Zarya bear spray T-shirt.
What is this?
All right. Hold on. I'm just gonna display capture because why the shit?
Come on,
There,
that
this-
would be perfect.
I'm not against it. I am not at all against it. All right. I think we're at the sign off point.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for joining us, Jordan.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, next time, this has been Constantly Calibrating. We bid you good sign off.